Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. As part of what will be a busy meeting, the Yucca Valley Planning Commission will convene tonight in regular session to hold a public hearing regarding possible changes to local cannabis laws. Also on the agenda are discussions regarding commercial events in residential neighborhoods and store mascots. Reporter Hillary Sloan joins us with a look at the full agenda.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission will review several major issues at tonight's meeting. The first order of business is the California Senate Bill 1996-2022 Medicinal Marijuana Delivery Regulations. Next, the Commission will review the environmental assessment on Nice Dream Ices and a request to remove a $23,427 pay-in-lieu fee for the future widening and medium island construction of State Route 62. Additionally, the Commission will review branding mascots and statues, commercial design guidelines, and special events in single-family residential zones. Also on the agenda is the environmental assessment of Starbucks West and an exterior color change for the Tiny Pony Desirado Alto. The meeting is at 6 p.m. in the Yucca Room of the Yucca Valley Community Center and will be live streamed. For the link, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The 29 Palms City Council is meeting in regular session tonight. Though the session will convene at the usual date, time, and place irregularly, the agenda for tonight's meeting contains no action items or hearings. Local governing bodies in California are regulated by the Brown Act, which requires public notice of meeting agendas prior to a meeting, and that no action or discussion can be taken on anything that is not on the public agenda. With tonight's agenda containing no hearings or action items, members of the public can expect the council to approve the minutes of their previous meetings, hear open public comment regarding possible future agenda items, and receive an update from City Manager Frank Lucchino, who announced last week he was leaving his position with the city. In other instances of a lack of agenda items, local governments often outright cancel the meeting. Tonight's meeting of the 29 Palms City Council begins tonight at 6 p.m. at City Hall, located at 6136 Adobe Road. The Morongo Unified School District Board of Trustees will hold their regular 6 p.m. meeting tonight at Joshua Tree Elementary. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart has the meeting's agenda for us today.
For the meeting's agenda, there will be a reorganization of the board, which will include selecting a new president of the Board of Education since current president Kathy Nelson announced her resignation at last month's meeting. In addition, there will be a selection for a new clerk and appointment of new trustee timelines and procedures. President Nelson will be recognized for her long-standing service at MUSD, as well as a recognition for Yucca Mesa Assistant Superintendent Sharon Flores and Principal Sally Stevens by Robin Hernandez, a representative from No Kid Hungry. The Board of Education will conduct a public hearing on textbook compliance for 2023-24 regarding the sufficiency of instructional materials. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
The Morongo Valley Community Services District Board of Directors announced yesterday afternoon that they will be holding a special meeting tonight at Covington Park's multipurpose room. The board will primarily be discussing urgent repairs to the CSD admin building, mostly from damage incurred from Tropical Storm Hillary. The board will review, discuss, and hopefully accept bids for repairing the fire department's external doors, the CSD roof, electrical connections, and wireless signal interface, as well as abatement of the recently discovered asbestos in the CSD building. The Morongo Valley CSD meets tonight at 6 p.m. at Covington Park's multipurpose room. Their next regular scheduled meeting will be held on Wednesday, October 18th. At tonight's 6 p.m. meeting of the Bighorn Desert View Water Agency's directors, the board will make its annual review of the agency's basic facilities charge. Here's reporter Mike Lipsitz with more.
If the board accepts the staff recommendation, they will vote to agendize for the November 14th meeting a resolution adding a roughly 3.5% increase to the basic facilities charge. The public may attend in person at the agency's board meeting office under the old water tower on Cherokee Trail in Landers. Remote participation is also an option. See this story at Z107.7fm.com for a link to the complete agenda and instructions on attending via Zoom or telephone. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
The Morongo Basin Healthcare District is holding their Health and Community Resource Fair on Saturday. This free event will provide health screenings, vaccinations, and blood donations alongside fun, family-friendly events. Vendors from all over the high desert will be present and doing community outreach. Free diapers and food boxes will be given away by the Community Action Partnership of San Bernardino County, along with other giveaways and drawings. Z107.7's own Cody Joseph will be broadcasting live from the fair. The Health and Community Resource Fair is completely free and will be running Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. right next to the 29 Palms Farmers Market at Freedom Plaza. The race for the Morongo Valley Dog Mayor is underway for its second year in a row. This is the first time that there will be the inclusion of goats in the election. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart rejoins us with a bit of history on this Morongo Valley tradition and its hopeful nominees so far.
Last year, when it was strictly canines for the inaugural race, local favorite shop dog Roxy at All American Gas became Morongo Valley's first dog mayor. Donned in a red, white, and blue top hat and commemorative blue ribbon, Roxy was then sworn in by Fire Chief Brakebill, followed by a round of applause by local citizens during the town's first Halloween extravaganza. While Roxy is running for re-election this year, and traditionally incumbents have the advantage, she will be facing steep competition with some fresh dog and goat faces. Organizer Buddy Stogner assured Z107.7 that while there can only be one dog or goat mayor of Morongo Valley, this second runner-up will be elected town sheriff, and the rest will be deputized by Fire Chief Brakebill at the weekend's second annual Halloween extravaganza in Covington Park on Saturday, October 14th at 5:30 p.m. Voting begins at 11 a.m. For full list and photos of this year's dog and goat mayoral nominees, please visit the story at z1077fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
Dignitaries of the 87th Annual Pioneer Days were announced over the weekend, including Grand Marshal, Judge, and Sheriff, and Old-Timer of the Year. Reporter Heather Clisby fills us in.
At the 87th Annual Pioneer Days kickoff last Saturday, dignitaries were announced, and the pioneering Smith family of 29 Palms was named Grand Marshal. Homesteader Bill Smith established Smith's Ranch in 1923 and, along with his wife Thelma, raised 6 kids while creating an entertainment and social hub for the burgeoning community of 29 Palms. Jeff and Laura Graybow were named Judge and Sheriff of Pioneer Days. Jeff is a retired Master Gunnery Sergeant in the U.S. Marine Corps, retired from teaching in the Morongo Unified School District, and the corporate board chair of the Los Medicos Voladores Flying Doctors. Laura was a career technical education instructor for the Morongo Unified School District for 30 years, training scores of future dentists and hygienists. Les Snodgrass was named Old-Timer of the Year. Arriving in 29 Palms as a Marine in 1977, he chose to stay after his retirement in 1989. Snodgrass served as president of the 29 Palms Historical Society for 13 years, overseeing many crucial changes in the organization, including the creation of the Hasty Best Barn and the dedication of Founders Hall. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Heather Clisby.
Roald Dahl's The Witches opened at Theater 29 in 29 Palms on Friday, with an opening night gala serving as a special benefit for the Theater 29 organization. Funds raised at the event will help to offset recent improvements to the seating area and upgrades to the lighting and sound systems. The supportive patrons enjoyed a themed meal catered by Carrie Jimenez, a lively auction for special seating, followed by a great selection of silent auction items and a 50-50 raffle. The event netted some $3,500 in greatly needed funding, and the first performance of the show received a standing ovation. Directed by Nina Jimenez, Roald Dahl's The Witches will run weekends at Theater 29 through October 22nd, with performances Friday and Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. and Sunday matinees at 2:30 p.m. Tickets are available now by calling 760-361-4151 or visiting theater29.org. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.